Hi, everyone. It is Kristin Sullivan with the Just as Planned Wedding podcast, and I am happy to share time today with Debbie Marks, who's coming to us from the UK. She is an amazing planner, author, designer, stylist. Let me know if I've missed anything, and mom, because I just watched your photos from your daughter's bat mitzvah, which was looked amazing as well.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me. Yeah, it's really nice to be here and chat all things weddings. So yeah, thank you.
It's such a fun time in people's lives, right? Like we're so lucky and blessed to do what we do and every day and get to celebrate with people. Debbie, do you find that I know for me, I don't really get like tired or bored or stressed. Everyone's always asking me like, you must be so stressed. And I'm like, I'm really not.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I get the same when people are like, oh, it's a really stressful job. And I think one of the main things that I get when people write me testimonials at the end of events, they were like, "Oh, you've been so calm the whole way," and it's like people hardly even noticed you were there at the event. And I'm like, "Yes, that's great. I don't want you to notice I'm there. Like, I want to be kind of making sure that everything's run smoothly, but you don't actually even notice me." So yeah, I enjoy it. I love planning events. I kind of get a buzz about planning events, and there's lots and lots of details that go into planning of the events, but I don't know. I think I don't know if it's a planning thing, but when you kind of that you've got everything like under control and everything kind of slots into place, and you think, well, you know what, I'm locked and I'm ready to go. Nothing can go wrong, or if it does, you know what, I know what I'm doing, and then I can deal with it.
I always say the one thing we can't control as planners is the weather, right? Mother Nature doesn't play fair always. But we always, of course, have a backup plan. So I know it's fun and it's exciting. Tell me a little bit about some of your favorite locations and events for brides watching that want some inspiration, or you you have such a gift of styling as well, which brides really crave, because a lot of times people know they want a beautiful wedding, but they don't know how to get there.
Yeah. So I'll start with the first part of the question. So in terms of venues, so majority of the events that I plan are in the UK. In the UK, I suppose we're blessed with lots of gorgeous venues. We have lots of stately homes, we have lots of castles, lots of buildings with character, which is really nice to work in. We also have some really unusual venues. I have one venue which I love working in. It's called Sefton Palm House. It's actually a big conservatory that is in a park in Liverpool, and the whole place is full of like tropical foliage, and you can just get married under the tropical foliage. Obviously we're not a hot country, so you can kind of pretend you're in a hot country. If it's a hot day, it's really hot in there, so sometimes, and it does have aircon, so it's not great on a hot day, but it's a really nice venue. So I think it's just having a nice, I think, of the assortment of venues that we have. We even have like a lot of museums here that you can get married in. But I like the castles and the stately homes and some of the nice hotels as well that we're at regular basis. And there's a lot of venues here now that are in farms. So a lot of the landowners have converted barns. So there's a lot of like rustic outdoorsy venues, which are really nice to work into. So,
And you can style those right up as well. Like, I mean, some of the castles obviously don't need too much because that's why you're choosing them. But when you pick somewhere like a rustic barn, you can easily flip that into a very classic, beautiful setting.
yeah, absolutely. I find sometimes also with castles, sometimes the castles can be quite dark. So that's where we actually bring quite a lot of decor into castles. So we literally have hundreds and hundreds of candles. We often have aisles where we do a candlelit aisle, which is filled with like 100 vases filled with floating candles going down the edges of the aisle. The end of the aisle, there's quite often like balustrades and things. We literally adorn them with flowers and archways, and we add like quite often the woodwork is quite dark, so we'll add like kind of white or ivory florals to them, which really lifts it. And going down the aisle, we'll make do plinths with big arrangements going down, so it's like you're walking kind of through a forest, or like a whole array of florals walking down the aisle. So it's really, you can create really magical settings when it comes to castles or those venues. But most of the styling that I do, we're not very good at doing low-key styling, should we say. Most of the weddings that we do are, I wouldn't say over the top, but I say like lavish. They're really like, wow, you walk in the room, you think, wow, that's amazing. So we like to go big and bold and make a statement, should we say, with a decor.
Yeah, and everybody wants that on their big day, right? Like they want people to remember that wow factor when they enter, and you're creating an experience. You're just transforming space, creating an experience, which is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, I actually wrote about this in my book, and it's all about creating extraordinary experiences. And for me, how the room is dressed has a real impact on the atmosphere of your event. So if you walk into an empty room, the table, you haven't done anything with the tablecloths, or the room is bare, the lighting is there's a certain like atmosphere to the event. If you got you haven't dimmed the lights or anything, it's just you walk in and it's nice. It's a ballroom, it's a hotel ballroom. If you walk in and the room is like dimmed, it's full of like glistening candles, there's atmospheric lighting, there's flowers everywhere, you're creating an ambience that for your guests, you're creating experience. It's like you're transporting them into a wonderland of creating something that they're going to go away and talk about, and they're going to go away and remember for years to come. And for me, it's about that experience that you create on the day for your guests, but it's also about your photographs. Your decor is the backdrop for all of your photos. Even obviously you're going to have your formal photos, where sometimes you might have a nice venue and there'll be aspects of your venue where you can have photos on, but a lot of the natural photos, or the photos when you're getting married, or when you're on the dance floor, or when you're sat at your top table, it's what's around you that's going to be captured in those photographs. And I think that's really important to have that something really special to look back on as well.
I always get the question, what should we do for photos? I'm like, well, what do you want to hang on your walls in your home? Because they're not going in my home. Like what do you want to gift, or what do you want to hang on your walls? And it's so important to have that setting, because as you know, you're going to look at those for the rest of your life. It's really all you have to take with you from this amazing day.
Yeah.
What is one of your famous kind of favorite weddings that you've done?
Oh, that's a hard question. I've done so many. Okay, I think it actually has to be an Indian wedding. And it's actually one of our very first Indian weddings that we did. And a bride she just found us on Facebook. She was looking, she didn't want a traditional Indian venue dresser. She wanted something a bit modern. So at the time we didn't know much about Indian weddings. Now we do loads of Indian weddings. So we got invited to her house, and she had a marquee in her backyard, which was pretty much like the size of a football pitch, which was crazy. And we were with this family for about a week. We did 5 different events for them. We learned all about the Indian culture. They have like a bachelorette party, but like an Indian version of it, like the sangi and the mendi and all sorts. So lots of colors. And then we made all the decor that we made, it was all kind of brand new styles that we hadn't done before. So we sourced all the florals, we made special frames over the tables, even like the layout of the tables in the room was completely different. We had lots of changes around throughout the days as well. So when we had chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, and we just got to build a really nice rapport with the family as well. And even so much so, they invited us to the wedding breakfast, and they sat our table right next to the top table. So yeah, we had a whole like Cube Events team table, which was really special, and it was really nice. And ever since, I think we've gone back and done 3 family weddings for them as well. So it's been really special when you get to know a client as well.
Oh, that's so nice. I love that. That's like, you can't ask for a better testimonial, a better reward than having someone bring you back and do a second experience for their family. I love that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And so you mentioned a little bit earlier, you have a book coming out this week. I'm so excited for you and excited to read it myself, because I know you're going to share a lot of amazing tips in there. Tell us a little bit about the book.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. So yeah, I've written a book. It's called Extraordinary Parties, and it's pretty much a step-by-step guide how to plan extraordinary events. It's full of creative ideas. I've kind of taken everything in my head and put it into a book, and it takes you through the steps of where to start from, right? Even if you're right at the beginning of your wedding planning journey and you have no idea what you want, you could follow the book step by step, and there's a little workbook that you can download to go with the book as well, and help you to even just try and visualize and think, you know what is important to me with this event? What do I really want to get out of that? So the book will help you to do that, but then it will help you talk through every step. So what do I need to think about when it comes to my food and drink, my bar, like the bar, obviously I go to quite a lot of detail about the room decor. We talk about entertainment, all of those different aspects that you think about when it comes to even invitations and quirky ideas for photo opportunities. I've literally covered lots of details and loads of creative ideas, so it's full of that. And it also covers, for me, this is a book that you keep with you for life, and it comes on your life journey with you, because it covers not just weddings, it covers all types of events. So there's a big chapter on baby events, so gender reveals and baby showers and all of those different events, and also life's milestone celebration, because I feel like, you know what, life should be living, right? For living. If we can't enjoy life, we can't enjoy the special moments and make the most out of them, whether it's not just for ourselves but our friends and our family. And the more that we can do, the more that we can do little quirky touches or little things, that's what's going to make them really special. And it doesn't mean you have to have a big budget as well to do these things. You could just take little things, and you can do it on a budget, but make it really special. So I give lots of ideas of, you know, what to do for your 30th birthday, or if you've got relatives celebrating an 80th birthday, what could you do for all these different celebrations? I talk about graduations. I also talk about religious celebrations or cultural celebrations. So we talk about, I think it's important to understand other religions and what the festivities that they do. And I feel like it's not really talked about. You know, these things happen, but you don't really know much about them. So I touch a little bit about other faiths celebrations, so we can understand them a little bit more. You know, if you've got a friend, hey, who's Jewish, and you want to wish them Happy New Year, what do you say to them? So little things like that we cover. And then I also have a section on dinner parties and how to host an epic dinner party, and this all ties in with last year during COVID, the COVID pandemic. Obviously I couldn't, for my events business, have a big event decor business. We couldn't do any events, so I pivoted a little and I started an online business called Qubelux, which is spelt with a Q, Qubelux, and it's all about helping people celebrate at home. And we basically created tablescapes where you say, if you're hosting a dinner party at home, you know, you want to make your table look amazing, but you don't know exactly how to do it. So I've basically designed everything, put it in a box for you with a style guide, and then you can buy it and order it to your own home. So we've been selling those all over the world, which is really exciting. For me, it's a start now of a massive business that I want to grow. I really want to take that global. So it's a start of something. So that dinner party chapter is all about, you know, why should we have dinner parties at home? How can we make it really special? And how can we entertain with ease as well? So that's really important. So yeah, there's lots of exciting things in the book.
Oh, I can't wait to get it. I'm so happy for you. And it's such a treasure, because so many people just panic and freeze. It's not, everyone isn't born with the creative gene, right? They know they want to have something pretty and something fabulous, but they look at it and it's just daunting, and they're like, oh, and how nice that you can send it to their home where they don't have to do the shopping. Everybody is so busy. They don't have the creative aspect to put it together. They don't have to shop for it. And then all they have to do is open this beautiful box, and then you show them how to set it all up. That's really genius.
Exactly. And literally you could order a box and a private chef and invite your guests, don't forget that bit, and you've got a dinner party. It's literally that easy.
And so you will, just for everyone watching, you will ship those boxes to all over. So if someone's watching and you're wanting to host your bachelorette party, or you're wanting to host in-laws to tell them you're engaged, I mean, what a better opportunity to showcase something like that.
Yeah, there's like beautiful, they're really nice gifts as well. So if you have we launched at Valentine's, we launched dinner sets for 2. So even if for you and your partner just want to have a really special night in, I've ordered, you can order dinner sets for 2 all year round now, which is really nice. And I think that makes a really nice engagement gift, or even on your like gift registry for if you want to host dinner parties in the future. You could have a set of 4 or a set of 6, and even if people chip in to buy different aspects of it, then it's a really nice thing. And what I found is a lot of our clients have started, once they bought the first set, they always come back and they buy more, and then what they start doing is they start building up a collection, and then they mix and match between the different charger plates and their napkins. And I've started to encourage people to become creative with their dinner sets, which I love seeing, that people are, they're jazzing it up and they're making their own variations with the pieces they get, and then they add to it. So it's really nice to see that.
Oh, that's great. I love that. And, it would also be a fabulous, like, bachelorette, bridal party gift.
Absolutely.
To gift to your bridal party. I mean, we're always getting the question, right? Like, what do we give someone? What do we do? But that's something they could have and use forever. And then they can invite you over for dinner.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have lots of new, depending on when you're listening to this episode, we have lots of new ranges that are coming out as well, specifically for bachelorette parties, or for the bride on her wedding day, and all sorts. So there's lots of exciting things. And as I said before, this is the start of something huge. So I've only had a tiny inroad of what is in my head that I want to go with it. So watch the space and keep checking the website, because it's updating, it's constantly evolving the whole time.
Yes, and we will post to follow with this all of your links to contact you, as well as the link to order the book, if anyone would like to do that. And of course, if you're going to the UK and looking for a planner, you can reach out to Debbie. And then Debbie, you also, I know your husband is in the travel business as well. So it might be easy too, if someone's looking for a destination wedding, that you could maybe help facilitate that too.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, he'd love to help with that. He loves to create kind of bespoke packages, or anywhere in Europe or in the UK. He can help with that as well.
That's amazing. What a great partnership that is.
Yeah.
You all must have amazing dinner conversations over amazing dinner settings.
Yeah, we try.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to share or provide any brides watching? Any creative tips or anything you want to share with them?
I think for me, I think when you're planning your event, I say don't stress about it. Like, just take it one step at a time, especially when it comes to styling at the beginning. It can be really overwhelming because there's so many options and different things that you like. And I would say, I always recommend that people head to Pinterest right at the beginning and create themselves a Pinterest board. And I say to my brides, I don't care, like, don't worry if like it doesn't all match and you can't get in your head like how it's going to work together, and you're putting loads of things in there that are all completely different. I just throw everything on there that you love and take it to a professional, and we'll make sense of it. We'll help pull it all together and pull out all the different your favorite elements and pull it all together, because It really helps me when brides have done that, because I know what you like instantly, and I'm like, well, I know you're gonna love this, because you've got all of these little elements on there that I can pull together. So I'd say before you dive headfirst into anything, do a little bit of research to feel like, you know, you really pull together the elements that you like, and then work with event professionals who are experts in their field. They really know what they're doing. You're not alone when it comes to wedding planning. There's so many people out there that have done it for years and who have kind of been there before you, and can advise you of what works and what won't work. So I just say be open, listen to the professionals, and then you're going to have an amazing day.
It's so true. And I want to close in saying that everyone thinks, you know, oh, I can't afford a wedding planner, it's too expensive. But I like to tell people that what we save you in time and energy and just peace of mind, along with the fact that we are typically sharing industry discounts, that we work with these vendors every week, where as opposed to someone working with them one off, they're, I think, clearly giving us probably better pricing and so forth. And so just save yourself the peace of mind and don't stress out over it. You read at the end, everyone always says, oh, I wish I would have hired a planner. We're telling you, hire a planner on some level.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Debbie. I appreciate your time, and I'm excited to get the book. And Extraordinary Events was the name of it, correct?
Extraordinary Parties.
Extraordinary Parties. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. And it's available on Amazon, so you can go and buy it from Amazon.
Fantastic. We'll definitely be posting the link for you too. So
amazing.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Thanks everyone for watching. We, of course, hope that your wedding goes just as planned. Take care. Bye.